Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Monica, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a really simple everyday wear makeup look using only drugstore products. So every single item that I'll be using on my face today to create this makeup look you can find at your local drugstore. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this makeup look. All right, so the first product that I'm going to be going in with is, of course, a face primer, just to make sure that I have a good base before applying my foundation and concealer and all that jazz. So a new primer that I just picked up, which was actually inspired by Amy Macedo. She recently did a few makeup tutorials and she used this primer and her skin looked so fire, you guys. I'll leave her Instagram and YouTube information down below in the description box if you guys want to check her makeup tutorials out as well. But anyways, she used this Wet n Wild water drop primer. It definitely does smell like coconut. I already used it because I had to try it myself, and it is stunning. It definitely makes your skin look really glowy without like any glitter. So this is more ideal for anyone who has more, I would say, combination or dry skin. But I'm just going to apply this primer kind of all over the face. So as you can see, just putting on that primer, it really gave my skin a really beautiful glow, and it is slightly tacky, but it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It feels super lightweight, like I just hydrated my skin. So yeah, I definitely say this is worth the price. It's under $10. Again, you can find at your local drugstore. It's Wet n Wild. Perfect primer. I love it. So moving on to foundation. This is one of my go-to foundations. This is by Maybelline, and this is their Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation, and it's infused with hyaluronic acid and collagen. I am using the shade number 5. It's the 5 called Vanilla, and this honestly is so amazing for, again, dry skin. So I'm just going to pump about 2 pumps onto the back of my hand. I'm going to be using a damp beauty blender to put this foundation onto my skin. Honestly, I only enjoy using a damp beauty blender to apply my foundation these days because I've been going back and forth with brushes and the beauty blender, and just for my skin, because it's so dry, I feel like my skin has a better flawless finish when I use a damp beauty blender. So I'm just going to blend this right into my skin. And this product, you honestly don't, like, I don't even think I need those 2 full pumps, to be honest, just because it is so full coverage. You could use less product if you want more of a sheer coverage, but this works so well, you guys. I do have some stubborn breakouts, so they still will pierce through a little bit, but it's totally fine. I can show you guys a trick actually near the end, how to kind of conceal these breakouts even better. So moving on, I'm now going to be going in with a concealer. So this is also a recent purchase that was inspired by, of course, Amy Macedo herself. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. So I believe this is I believe the original one was just like their e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and now they have a hydrating version. So of course I picked up the hydrating concealer because, again, I have dry skin, and I picked up the shade Fair Warm, which I feel like it's a good shade for my skin tone. So I'm just going to apply just a tad bit of the concealer right into the inner corner of my eyes here, and then just kind of drag out some concealer on the outer corner, and that's all the concealer that I will put on. And I'm just going to go ahead with the beauty blender and just blend this all out. I'll also, as I'm blending, I will drag the concealer down around the sides of my nose just to give a little bit more coverage, because I feel like my makeup does move around a little bit around the edges of the nose and around my mouth. So instead of applying more concealer and more product around that area, I just drag the concealer from the under eye and blend it down. So then that way I'm not using too much product on my skin. Okay, so now that we have our concealer all blended out, now it's time to set the rest of the face so that way our foundation and concealer can stay in place for as long as it can. So this product I've used for a long time. It's one of my favorite drugstore setting powders, and it is by NYX, and it's their Stay Matte But Not Flat setting powder, and this one is in the shade Light Beige. So I'm just going ahead and grab this powder here. It does come with a sponge, so sometimes I like to use this to press the powder along around the eyes, and then, which I'm actually probably going to do, and then I'm just going to grab this big fluffy brush. Any big fluffy brush will do, and I will just press my brush into the powder here and press this into my skin. All right, so now it's time to move on to some bronzer, because I definitely need a little bit more color in my skin. So my all-time favorite drugstore bronzer of all time is, of course, the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It honestly smells like pina coladas. It smells like summer, and I'm just here for the spring summer weather. Honestly, I am kind of tired of winter right now, but anyways, I can live my dreams through this bronzer. So I'm just going to take this brush here. I don't even know the brand of this brush, to be honest. I got it at my local drugstore a few years ago, and it works like a dream. But again, use any brushes or beauty blenders that you have at home. I'm sure they'll work just as fine. So I'm just going to be using this bronzer to lightly bronze my skin. So I always go just above the cheekbones here. And then I also like to go just around the hairline here, and just kind of anywhere where I want to bring more warmth and color back into my skin. Okay, so at this point, I really enjoy putting on some highlighter before I put on my blush. So one of my favorite drugstore brands for highlighters is the brand called Ofra. So this one is amazing. This is their highlighter called Rodeo Drive, and it's this beautiful shimmery gold highlighter, and I'm just going to use a brush to apply the highlighter onto my cheekbones, just like that. It just gives you such a beautiful glow. I'm also just going to apply a little bit underneath the brow bone and just kind of connect it to the cheekbone here, but you can see that glow, you guys. It's just stunning. I love it. I also like to put just a little bit of highlight right onto the tip of my nose as well, and just above the lip here. And then sometimes a little bit on the chin, because why not? And the blush that I'm going to be using today is by the brand NYX, and this is their Sweet Cheeks Matte Creamy Powder Blush. And this one is in the shade Citrine Rose, or Citron Rose. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but it's just a beautiful, like, deep mauve rose type of color, and it's really super pigmented, so definitely be easy. I honestly just dab my brush twice into the palette, and then I'll lightly dab the blush and just keep applying more pigment as I go, because if you pick up too much blush and just go right into the cheeks, you're definitely going to get that color payoff, but it might not be what you're expecting. So definitely go light-handed with this, and I'm just going to kind of apply it where I applied my bronzer, because I feel like if I keep my blush a little bit further back away from my cheeks, then I get more of a long effect instead of making my face look more round, if that makes any sense to you guys. Hopefully I explained that right. But anyways, I'm just going to dab that right in around here. All right, you guys, so the base of the makeup is pretty much done. So before I move on with the rest of my makeup, I always like to apply my setting spray at this point. And this is one of my all-time favorite setting sprays. And this is by the brand called Morphe. And this is their continuous setting mist. Now, I'm not sure if you would want to consider this as a drugstore brand, but Morphe, honestly, their prices are super affordable and definitely, you know, are competitive to drugstore prices. So it's definitely great quality product for a reasonable price. Like a setting mist here is about $20 on average. Sometimes they have it on sale and you can get it for half the price. And you can usually find those sales at least a couple times a year and stock up. But anyways, this is what I consider a very affordable brand, and again, very competitive to drugstore prices. So I figured I mentioned Morphe products here, and again, I love them. So I'm just going to apply this setting mist and then we'll move on. All right, so now we're going to be moving on to the eyes, and I'm going to be keeping it super simple. So the first thing I'm going to be doing actually is just fill in the brows before we do the eyes. So a couple of products that I love from the drugstore for my eyebrows. So this is another NYX product, and this is their micro brow pencil. So this is really great. I love it because it has a little spoolie brush at the end here, and it's a retractable pen like so. If you guys can see that, it's a little bit dirty because I use it pretty often. And then this product is kind of new to me and I love it, and this is by the brand Elf, and this is their Wow Brow. So this really just helps me set the brow hairs in place. But what's really interesting about this, it has these little like hair fibers. So if you do have quite sparse brows, I feel like it does kind of help fill in those gaps a little bit. I mainly use it just to kind of set the hairs in place. I always use some sort of brow, you know, pen or pencil to shape and fill in the brows. But I like this so far, and let me see what shade I got. It's like a deep brown shade. I think it was deep brown, honestly. It doesn't say here. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, Wow Brow and Deep Brown. So these are going to be the two products that I will be using to fill in my brows super quickly. So I will probably fast forward this part because I feel like everyone does their brows differently. And I honestly don't do much. I just kind of fill in, again, the sparseness in my brows and then just set it in place with this, and I'm all done. All right, so the brows are now filled in. Now to move on to the eyes, we're going to be keeping it super, super simple because, you know, sometimes we're busy women and we need to get to places and we don't have time to put a lot of effort into our eyes. So this product is super creamy and I love it. It's super affordable. I'm not sure if you can find this brand in the States, but I know you can find it in Canadian stores, Canadian drugstores, and this is by the brand called Essence, and this is their long-lasting eye pencil in the shade Hot Chocolate. So it looks like this. I really love it because it's not only a retractable pen, but it's super, super creamy. So that is the product right there. So what I like to do with this is just honestly pull my eyelid just very slightly, just so I can get right to that lash line right here on the outer corner. And I'm just going to wiggle this product right here in the outer corner. And it's so creamy again that it just really glides onto the eyelid without a lot of pressure, which I love because our eyes are super delicate and you don't want to be, tugging and pulling at your eye area. So that is now on. I will be going in with a smudge brush. Any type of dense brush will do. I really like this one because it's super dense and tiny. Perfect for smudging your eyeliner. So again, I'm just going to put my finger here, pull my eyelid ever so slightly, and just kind of wiggle this brush back and forth just to kind of smudge and smoke out that liner that I applied, and then just kind of drag it slightly over to the middle. So you can see there, it doesn't look so harsh like this one does. And this is just going to give you a little bit more definition to the eyes. And I like applying it just in the outer corner because I believe that once I put on my mascara, it just really helps my eyes look a little bit more open. So you can totally skip this step if you like, but I really like applying this when I do a really simple makeup look because I feel like it just really, again, helps open my eyes and makes a little bit of a difference. All right, so now it's time to apply our mascara. Now, any mascara will do, but this is my all-time favorite mascara from the Drugstore brand, and this is by the brand L'Oreal, and this is their Voluminous Original Mascara. I feel like it really just makes a huge difference in my lashes. And yeah, it just makes them super full. And I always pick up either their dark brown or black. This one's their black mascara. And I'm just going to apply this to my top and lower lashes. All right, so now the eye makeup is complete. We're going to be finishing this whole makeup look off with our lips. Now, this one brand, again, not sure if it's available in the States. I do apologize, but again, I did find this at my local drugstore, and this is the makeup brand called Annabelle. And this is their lip liner in 300 Spice. So it just looks like this. It's a really nice, like, neutral brown type of color, and it's super affordable as well. So this is the lip liner that I'm going to be using to line my lips. And then I have a couple of different options, but this lip combo I haven't used in a while and I really want to use it today. And these lip products are by the brand Rimmel London. And this is a really great drugstore product as well. So this one is their Stay Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade called Strapless right here. So this is the matte one. And then this is their Stay Satin Liquid Lip Color. And this one is in the shade Take a Chill Pill. So I'm going to be using both of these. So again, I'm going to line my lips with the Annabelle lip liner, apply this all over the lip, and then I like to use this color just on the center just to bring a little bit more brightness. So I'll just apply it and show you guys instead of just yapping away. All right, so this is how the lip turned out. So it's matte, but not super matte because we did put the satin right at the center, so it doesn't look super dry. And I love this lip combo. It's just so flattering. And you can always add a gloss on top if you want that nice glossy finish. So before we wrap this whole makeup look up, I did mention in the beginning of the video that there was going to be a little trick to help kind of hide the appearance of any of your breakouts. So you can clearly see my breakout right here. This one's a really big, stubborn one. And I feel like the more makeup I apply, the more cakey it seems. And I almost feel like it's more noticeable than anything else. So I don't really like to pack on more concealer onto my breakout. So this one wasn't as big, so it's not as noticeable. So I can just walk away and live my life just as is, which is obviously not a bad thing at all, you guys. But a little trick is just to kind of make it look like a natural beauty mark essentially. So just grab any type of black eyeliner or a really dark eyeliner that has a nice tip like so, and I'm just honestly just going to dab a dot right onto the center of this breakout, and it's just going to seem more like a natural beauty mark than a breakout. So let me go ahead and show you guys. All right, so you may not want to make it look as big as that one, but we're just going to move on. Now it does dry fairly quickly, so with my beauty blender, just really gently go right over it just to kind of help it kind of blend into the skin better without it really moving around, if that makes any sense. So this one came out really super simple and easy. So it just looks a natural, it looks like a natural beauty mark here. This one, not so much, but you know, I feel like from afar it doesn't look so bad. All right, my loves, so that wraps up this simple everyday wear makeup look. I tried to make it super simple and achievable to apply every day, especially if you are busy and on the go, but still look very put together and make it look like you actually put in a lot of effort and time into your makeup. So again, if you guys do enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe, because I will be out with more videos like this. Anything that is beauty, lifestyle, or food related, I am all yours. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.